survivor of the Bondi terrorist attack. Though to be honest, I don't feel that I deserve that title. Why, by the grace of God, I wasn't shot and people meters away from me were, only God knows. I want to take you back to that fateful first night of Hanukkah. Rather than trying to describe it to you now, I'm going to read to you what I wrote that very night when I finally reached my in-laws' home. They say you never know when it's going to be your last. It's 8:07 p.m. The hell began apparently just 1 hour ago, but it feels like a lifetime. I am writing this on my sister-in-law's iPad because I don't have my phone, I don't have my keys, my pram or anything. Everything has been left there. I can't even believe I am writing this. I am in shock and disbelief. I want to vomit. All I remember is 1 minute everything is nice and grand. Children running around with excitement, moving from the face painting to the rock climbing, from eating ice cream to donuts, from the bubble lady to the petting zoo. I'm chatting to my friend about joining her beach plans on Friday, and then I hear what I thought was fireworks. Huh? I look up to the sky. I don't see any fireworks. Suddenly, I see a CSU guy screaming on the top of his lungs. Down! Down! Everyone down! I am bewildered, confused. I leave everything and shove down to the ground, thinking, no, this can't be happening. We're in Australia. People don't have guns. I am shoving my body over my baby, using my body as a human shield. All I want to do is to protect my baby. I start saying to him, I am with my friend Chaya. I see crates. Quick, I say, let's put these crates over our heads. As I try to move them, at least something is on top of me. My baby is hot and sweaty, shrieking from the loud, banging gunshots and from the earth and mud going into his tiny little eyes. His face is bright red like a tomato. I am so cognizant that I do not want to suffocate my baby. My mind immediately goes back to reading about a mother in Israel who accidentally did just that during a terrorist attack. Don't you dare do that, Chavi, I tell myself. I make sure my baby can breathe, my eyes looking at him, saying everything will be okay. Meanwhile, I hear lights and sirens blaring in the background, a false illusion that help is on its way, that this nightmare will end. I start speaking to God. Seriously, I tell him? I waited so long to have my baby? Is this how it's going to end? I then start bargaining with God as I hear the loud gunshots flying right past me and people screaming in Hebrew. Okay, God, I'll die, but please, just please save my baby. These are just some of the thoughts running through my mind as I say Tehillim and whisper to my baby Meir again and again, LaTorah, LaChuppah, or LaMasim Tovim, to Torah, to the marriage canopy, and to good deeds. These are the words that are said at a baby's boy's Brit Milah. I wish that every Jewish child should grow to reach these milestones. Since Meir's bris, I thank God every day and ask that my Meir be blessed to reach them. As I'm saying this, I'm thinking, this is not my last day. This is not my baby's last day. I'm half crying. What's going on, I say to Chaya. I'm so confused. Where's the police? Why aren't they doing anything? Chaya is on the phone, making sure that her husband and baby are okay and safe, saying to them, I love you and goodbye. I yearn to call my husband Ezri, but he is singing at a wedding 3 hours away, and my focus is just on staying alive as best as I can. Chaya and I start breathing on Meir to cool him down. Time is moving so slow. My brain is half frozen, half speeding. Just protect my baby. Just protect my baby. I keep thinking if the bullet comes, it will come to me at least. And then we hear silence, and then chaos. Someone is coming up to us asking if anyone here is injured. Chaya asks, who are you? I tell Chaya, I don't trust anyone. We don't know if the shooter, although it turns out was shooters, are still on the loose. My family and friends saw them with their own eyes holding massive hunting guns. We then look around and see people running. I see your father screaming, "Has anyone seen my daughter?" I will never forget the fear in his eyes, looking for his most prized possession amongst the bloody carnage. I feel blessed that I am holding my baby tight and know exactly where he is. We run. I say to Chaya, "Wait, I need to get my phone." I turn my head quickly to see if I can spot my pram. Instead, I see bodies lying on the ground. We run down to the beach collecting missing kids whose parents are not around. One is my friend's sister-in-law, who has a newborn baby. She has blood on her back. "It's okay," she says, "I just got grazed." We run behind cars. I see this lady and I start hyperventilating. I borrow her phone to call my husband, but it goes straight to voicemail. I manage to get through to my father-in-law, who is on his way. We all stack in the car on top of each other, 11 of us in a 5-seater. Children of the deceased are with us. An Israeli soldier, Yonatan, who fought in Gaza and landed in Sydney just that morning for some well-needed respite, is with us. My mind flashes back to the Nova Festival, people piling into cars just to get to safety. Yet this is happening at Bondi Beach. I managed to speak to my husband for a second, hearing non-stop sirens, seeing ambulances and police cars. I'm shaking. We get to my in-laws, and my mom is about to take off to Israel. "I was covering Maya," I tell her as I start sobbing down. "I'm okay though, I'm okay. Maya is okay. I pray that everyone else is, but I've been hearing bad news as I write this. It's 9:20 p.m. and the sirens are still going. Hashem Yishmor, may God protect." I had to give you all a glimpse into our lived experience, and my lived experience is one of the luckiest stories. I am lucky that I didn't have body parts or blood sprayed on me like others did. I am lucky that I had my childhood friend Chaya with me, helping me feel less alone. I am lucky that I don't carry survivor's guilt, because throughout the whole time I had a mission and purpose to protect my baby. I am lucky that I didn't lose a loved one. Every person is an entire world. My story has a happy ending. I feel that I cannot complain or see myself as a victim. And yet, though it feels strange to say that I am a survivor, I never thought that I would be entering the I Survived a Terrorist Attack Club at Bondi Beach in Sydney, Australia. Well, I guess I am a part of it now, and my Jewish brethren living in Israel unfortunately know all too well what that means. In fact, it was the trauma specialist who flew straight from Israel that helped me navigate this new, crazy, and complex reality. This is just one of the many examples that highlights how deeply connected the Jewish community in Australia is to Israel. We are truly ke'ish echad belev echad, like one person with one heart. That is why throughout this massacre, my mind kept constantly flashing back to October the 7th, the deadliest day for the Jewish people since the Holocaust. We, the Jewish people, carry a shared story and a collective memory. That is why when we see hateful graffiti on our streets, the reaction is immediate and collective. We all feel it. We know deep in our bones and in every fiber of our being what words can lead to. Israel is the holy land that was given to us by God. Eretz HaKodesh, we call it. Even just walking the land is a mitzvah. Israel is an essential element of being a Jew. It is therefore a great honor to acknowledge His Excellency, the Honorable Isaac Herzog, President of the State of Israel, and His First Lady, Mrs. Michal Herzog. Thank you for coming to Australia. Your presence here is deeply meaningful and crucial. I survived the Bondi terrorist attack, but I did not walk away untouched. I am a new version of myself. But this event has not defined me. It has not traumatized me for life. It has just reinforced how much more I have to live for, how much more light I need to shine, how I need to make this world a better place, increase in acts of goodness and kindness. I am fueled with renewed purpose, more driven than ever to continue the grassroots organization that I started Post-October 7, the empowered Jew. I will not abandon my community. I will try my best to uplift, empower, and strengthen it, and be a living example of what it means to be a proud Jew. I truly understand that in times like these, many Jewish people may want to shy away from their Jewish identity and their intrinsic connection to Israel. But we cannot do that. We can't afford to. In reality, retreating only brings the enemy closer. What they want is for the Jew to disappear, for Israel to disappear. But we are going nowhere. Australian Jews have always been an integral part of this country, contributing to politics, the art, business, medicine, and so much more. We are builders, we are contributors, we are a part of Australia's fabric. Outside of Israel, Australia is the home to one of the largest post-Holocaust survivor communities in the world. Our grandparents arrived here with nothing but the clothes on their backs. They did not see themselves as victims. They did not merely survive, they thrived. And so will we. We must. The Lubavitcher Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, once wrote to a group of emissaries heading to Sydney, when a young man walks through Bondi Junction wearing a hat and jacket with his tzitzit out, the angels in the highest world are jealous of him. Think about the depth of that. Even the angels, those closest to God, are jealous. Why? Because they understand just how difficult it is to live openly and proudly as Jews. So when a Jew walks down the street wearing a kippah, wearing a Magen David, standing visibly and unapologetically Jewish, that brings God the greatest joy. That is our revenge, being more Jewish. As Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sachs taught, non-Jews respect Jews who respect Judaism. Confidence in who we are is itself an act of strength. So if I can leave you today with one message, it is, be proud of who you are. Don't be intimidated. Everything we are witnessing now is nothing new, unfortunately, but don't despair. We have God on our side. We will not only prevail, we will emerge stronger. The holy souls who were lost, many of whom I knew personally, would be telling us exactly this. Be loud, be proud of your Jewish identity, of your connection to Israel. We are an or like Goyim, a light unto the nations. Shine your light, be the light, light will win. And when we stand together, proudly Australian and proudly Jewish, we show our country that we are helping build a better Australia, stronger, more united, and full of hope. Am Yisrael Chai.